Good morning and welcome to Ramblings with Rebecca from Lebanon. We will be somewhat less rambling than we were yesterday. Maybe. Yesterday was World Water Day. I did a quick, very overview, random bits and pieces here and there of things that I've been up to. Here properly today, we will introduce what the heck I'm doing in Lebanon, including hello Pusha, would you like to come make a cameo? Here in Beirut, I live with a sustainability-focused architect and a very noisy cat who you will probably hear meowing in the background. Also a bit of an antisocial cat in spite of all the noise, so you may never see her. But that's Pusha in the background. Anyway, other than living with an architect and a cat, I am working with the Media Association for Peace, a very young organization made up of very young journalists who are working to bring the concept of peace journalism to Lebanon. Peace journalism comes from peace scholar Johann Galtung, and several of his followers emerged in the 1990s and really took on oomph in the early 2000s. And this idea that, of course, the media affects conflict, both in the way it is reported and the way it may be sustained. So peace journalism is about editors and journalists making conscious choices on what to report, how to report it, in ways that can hopefully create opportunities to further cooperation, find solutions to the problems. So working on accuracy and balance and fairness in reporting, of course, but also trying to understand the consequences, the fallout, if you will, of information being out there. So focusing explicitly on peace, on truth, on people, and on solutions, and trying to make sure that we're highlighting not just the bad stuff, but also the good stuff and ways forward. So this young Lebanese journalist went to the UN-mandated University for Peace in Costa Rica and got her master's, exploring these connections. Came back and was really frustrated, continually frustrated, by the way media in Lebanon carries out. I'm sure many of us, regardless of our countries, can sympathize in terms of increasing bias and tensions in the media and the focus on all of the negatives and that kind of thing. So she started this group to help train other journalists around Lebanon in the concepts and tools of peace journalism, and to try and campaign for the media to do more solutions-oriented work. So that's the Media Association for Peace. Thus far, I have said almost nothing about the environment. But wait, that is my PhD, so here it comes. MAP, as they're called, Media Association for Peace, MAP have numerous projects. They focus on media peace and development for one strand, media peace and conflict transformation, media peace and human rights, which includes a very strong gender component. They have a masterpiece club and a volunteer and internship program where young journalists or folks in journalism school come and work at the organization and learn both personal and professional skills in terms of organizational management, but then also, of course, the concepts and tools of peace journalism. And then, most relevant to me, they have a fairly new project on media peace and the environment. And in April, in 3.5 weeks, they're going to be holding the first national, for Lebanon, conference on media peace and the environment. This actually is not just going to be the first national, it's going to be the first of its kind in the world as far as we know. If anyone else knows of a conference that combines media peace and the environment, please let us know, at least explicitly. That's the focus, and I think this is the first one of its kind, which is very, very cool. So MAP is the first kind of group in Lebanon that we know of that's taken on the environmental peacebuilding term, and they are using that in their concept notes and their research for the conference. And so this is the most discourse-focused of my PhD case studies. You may remember in Kuwait, I had the dive team, who are very hands-on marine conservation, diving diplomacy, building relationships by action, environmental volunteerism. And in Morocco, Darcy Ahmad, who were more development and cross-cultural education and exchange, which gets a bit meta, of course, but still fairly focused on actual stuff. Whereas here, MAP is really all about the framing and the content and the reporting and very discourse and language focused, which is very cool for me to round out the PhD in that way. And I should be getting lots of really cool stuff in terms of how one young group of Lebanese folks are approaching environmental peace building. So here we go for 2 more months.